Carnival Jubilee. It is day 4 and today is a port day. We are in Roatan. It is an early dock day, so we are here about 8 o'clock and we are able to get off the ship. But first we need to go get some breakfast. So let's go and get ready, get all of our things for the day, and head on out to breakfast. We are going to do the sit-down breakfast, so let's see how that goes. So made it to our tour. I will say that information was very lacking until I used the WhatsApp app. So do that if you can't get a hold of Real Deal. So we are at the first stop on the tour. The tour is called Hug a Sloth, but there's some other things added to it. But the van ride is super nice, clean, air conditioned. So now here comes the next part.
Well, the monkeys actually worked yesterday like we did.
This one, which one is this one?
Michelle. With him. Right here.
Oh.
They're quick.
Coffee.
What you got? Good.
Right
They
now,
really
I'm
like
giving
Dad's
them,
hair.
some of my food that I carry with me. So it's kind of like corn. See? Here, sunflower seed. You don't want sunflower seed? You want some of my food? So I don't want that, man. Give me some of them. So these guys are called white-faced capuchin monkeys. Some people in the U.S. call
So he's
these
looking
the
at
Hollywood
himself
monkeys
in the
because
camera.
they appear in a lot of movies and TV shows. Like Friends. They have Ace Ventura, Bruce Almighty, Anaconda.
So these monkeys back here in this cage have locked the cage from the inside so they can't get in there. So they're trying to bribe them with treats and things like that to get them to unlock it, but they're just mischievous and they're a lot of fun. Like with the backpacks, if you get close to the wall, they're trying to unzip it and things like that. So they're kind of crazy, but they're just like kids. She is using her tail to bring things to her. Kind of like a hand. She knows.
She's like, no. I'm here, baby. You can have one too. This one is about.
So now we are in the sloth area, and they are absolutely adorable. I could watch this all day long. There's one over here too. Oh my god, it's so cute. Right, so this video is going to be in regular time, but this is how fast they move. Or should I say how slow they move. No carries in the world. No cares. Just a sloth. Mom's not very adventuresome when it comes to animals, so this is kind of a rare thing.
And sometimes the tree breaks.
Oh. Big hairy babies with long nails. So these are the birds, parrots, and they are in like separate little enclosures. These ones and this one really didn't want to work, so they just let them be. And then we moved over to this where they are definitely wanting some seeds and nuts and things. So now we are in the end part of the sloth. As you can see, they have everything sloth you could think of to get at the gift shop. It's really kind of some cute stuff. But this sloth facility has the monkeys, the island rabbits, sloths, parrots, birds, all kinds of stuff. They do not pressure the animals into like working if they don't feel like it. They're not gonna like pull them down off of the top or anything like that, which I really appreciate. And then like the sloths, their little like, I don't know, like waiting spot or like their kind of seat is all covered in like leaves that they can eat and things like that. But so cool. And little just kind of like path that you walk through and get to see all of them, but it's definitely really cool. And they have a whole bunch of other stuff at this place, like there's zip lining and ATVs and all that kind of stuff. So I will show you a picture of the sign whenever I see it. But tons to do here, but the sloths and all that are amazing. Right, so the next stop is the chocolate factory. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of samples behind us, and then this is the chocolate factory. It's like downtown, kind of in the nightlife area.
To the chocolate factory. My name is Jackson, and we always explain to the people a little bit of how the chocolate's made. This here, it's the source of our chocolate. It's called cacao. This is dried pod. It's a dehydrated cacao fruit, but it's authentic. And in the fruits, we can find cocoa beans, right? Sometimes 20 up to 40 beans per pod. The cacao nibs, they go down, and then it grinds everything with pressure, right? As you guys can see, it's not powdered, right? It's a paste, very creamy, right? These are the tempering machines, and they help us to enhance the flavor and texture of the chocolate. After this, we pour the chocolate into the molds, and then we place the molds into our freezer. We let them select for 3 hours, and once it's solidified, these beautiful ladies here wrap all our chocolate bars fine. As you guys can see, they literally wrap all the chocolate bars fine. And believe it or not, they produce more than 1,000 chocolate bars every day from scratch. Yeah.
So we did the little tour in the room, kind of like where they explained how everything was made, how they made the white chocolate, even though it's like a product of it. They squish the oils out of it, and that's how they get the white chocolate. But then they have a whole bunch of samples here that you can try. They are literally them all over. And then they also have a store that you can purchase the chocolate. So they like pack over 1,000 chocolate bars in one day in that little room right here. So that's awesome. So informative. And it smells absolutely delicious. All right, so here we are at the Rum Factory. Delicious. Definitely go in there and try the samples. They have rum cakes and rum that you can try. You can try all the cakes, and then they give you 3 samples of the rum, or you bring a mom along and you can have all 6 of them. So yeah, it was really good, and they have an amazing view out the back. So if you see any of the really high pictures, that's where they came from. But yeah, definitely a great stop here on the tour. Right, so here we are at the Roatan sign. Horseback riding is also taking a picture, but just along here on the ocean, there's some cruise ships right over there. There are a bunch of ships in today, but the Roatan sign, here we are.
My name is William here, Boogie. Next time you come back, this is the way to go.
Definitely, definitely a fun time, and of course he knows like everybody. So we're back at Mahogany Bay, but this tour was great. It was hug a sloth.
Yeah.
Right, we are back here at the port at Mahogany Bay in Roatan, and bathrooms are right inside the gate. Definitely will need to know that when you get off an excursion. They have like a craft market, and then like so many of the other ports, they have like the little port village kind of out here, but you can walk around, and then there's beautiful Jubilee in the background. So yeah, the tour ended up being really good once we got just to like our tour director and like the communication beforehand and like meeting today was very lacking. They only use the WhatsApp app. So like I use it, but like mom doesn't. So that I think is where our communication breakdown happened. But like I even tried for a week to get information, and I would get like 1 or 2 word answers, but that's beside the point. We finally found them, but the actual like tour itself with the driver was amazing. William or Boogie was great. So on to explore more of Mahogany. Good evening from Carnival Jubilee. We made it back from Mahogany Bay in Roatan. The Sloth tour was great. The weather was absolutely beautiful. Like the Diamonds Direct person was like, "It's hot, huh?" And I was like, "No, this is really nice." There's no snow, so no complaints. It was a beautiful day, nice and sunny. But came back here to the ship, and since it was so nice, mom decided to go swimming in the back pool on 16. There wasn't very many kids or anything like that, so she decided to go there. And then Dad and I sat by the poolside and had a Big Shack's chicken sandwich and fries, and then a couple of drinks. So it was a nice, relaxing afternoon. I came back and turned on a movie. I finally turned my TV on, but the movie watched me. So yeah, it's a great napping spot here in the inside cabins. Now it is time for dinner, and we are doing specialty dining tonight. We are going to Rudi's Seafood. We made the reservation before we got on the ship when they opened the reservations and all that. So tonight will be Dad's first experience with Rudi's here on Carnival. So let's go see how it is here on Jubilee. night from Jubilee. Today was Roatan Day. So much fun, but I am exhausted again. But when I left off, it was time for dinner. We went to Rudi's. And I have to say, that is definitely one of the places that is worth the specialty dining fee. It was absolutely amazing. I started off with the lobster mac and cheese. It was so good. The noodles were perfect. The cheese was nice but not overpowering. And then the lobster was a firm lobster, so not chewy but very firm. So good. The seasonings were good. Then I went on to the seafood bisque, and they do kind of like a presentation show, like where they go and pour it out in the bowl, and it was awesome. Like the seasoning, the temperature, all that was really good. As far as appetizers, Mom and Dad got the scallops with mashed potatoes on the top, and they said those were like to die for. I believe they had like 2 to 3 scallops in it, but they said they were really big scallops, so really big. Like I think Mom said it was like a 4-bite size of scallops. So they said to definitely get that if I go back. And then for main courses, I got the shrimp, and in the description it says that the shrimp are cooked with the heads on, but you can't ask them to chop them off before bringing them out, because I told them, I said, if I see eyes, it's over. Like, I'm not gonna be able to eat. So they were like, oh no, like we asked that now. So yes, if you want your shrimp to not have eyeballs, they will honor that request. And they were very good. They do still have their shells on the outside, so like you had to kind of peel them out of the shells, but they were really good. Super tender, warm, yummy. Dad had the crab lobster and he enjoyed that, and then Mom had the surf and turf with steak and lobster, and she thought that was really good too. Then was dessert. I got the chocolate truffle cake or something like that, and I only ate a couple bites of it because it was so rich. And especially when we had been at the chocolate factory earlier, I was like, this is like chocolate overload. But it was very good. Dad had the key lime pie, and he completely cleaned his plate, smiley face and all. He said it was very good. And then Mom had the like bread pudding, white chocolate bread pudding, and she said it was good, but by that time, like, you were really full, so she didn't eat a whole lot of it, but she said it was good, so definitely worth the price. It didn't take too awful long. It was like an hour and 15 minutes, so that wasn't bad. We actually had time to make the early show, and all that kind of stuff. But Rudi's gets 2 thumbs up from us. So then we did go to the early show. Tonight was Family Feud night. So sorry there's not a lot of footage from tonight, but they don't allow us to videotape or photograph or anything like that. So the first 2 Family Feud shows, like 7:30 and 9:30 or 45 or whatever it is, they are the classic Family Feud, so it's like family friendly, all that kind of thing. A lot of fun. Again, it depends on who gets brought up to be the teams. And as far as like tryouts for Family Feud, they have those starting the first night, and then they kind of like have a like play down or whatever to where they get the teams. So it was kind of fun, like, to see kind of what gets picked or whatnot, because I guess it is by some like crowd picking and stuff like that during some activities. But those were good shows, and listened to a band for just a little bit back at Peg and Anchor, just kind of trying to fill time, and it was very short. So I think we heard like 2 or 3 songs, and then they went on break. So then it was time for the adult comedy, or not adult comedy, the adult Family Feud. Yes. So I have been on other ships, Mardi Gras and Celebration, and I have seen them do Family Feud and the adult Family Feud, and they kept the same questions. This is the first time they have finally upped the ante for the adults Family Feud, and it's actually like mature kind of content questions, which is a lot of fun, especially once you get Kindle started. So you never quite know what's going to be said from the contestants especially, and then you never know what Kindle's going to come up with. But she did a great job as a professional, made it a lot of fun. But I am so glad they kind of like changed the questions to make it more adult, so that it's not just 3 kind of shows. But yes, go to the Family Feuds. It was packed at every single show for the Family Feud tonight. If you weren't there at least like a half hour early, like right when they opened the doors, you weren't going to get a seat, especially if you had a big party. But it was worth it. It was fun. And I did go and play in the casino for just a short time. Or as I like to say, I threw money off the side of the ship. And so did Mom. But I haven't heard really good like payouts or anything like that from the casino, at least yet. It's a pretty tight casino this week. But still fun. It's still packed. Tons of people in there. It's really hard to find a machine. But yeah, that is Roatan Day. Tomorrow is Costa Maya, and we are going to do a beach day. So it's another early dock day. I think we dock at like 8 o'clock. So gonna get some editing done and then head to bed so that I can continue to make those memories and not dreams and live every day as a gift, because that's what it is. And I got to hold my sloths today, so it's amazing. We'll have good dreams about sloths tonight. But I will see you tomorrow, and we will be in Costa Maya. Make sure you're liking and subscribing or leaving questions if you have them. So I will see you tomorrow. Good night.